I would like to welcome you all in the lecture series of operations research. Here I am going to discuss few important questions and answers which is going to repeat in the forthcoming university examination. Let me share the screen of presentation. Kindly observe and make a note in parallel. So let me list out few important question and answer based upon the previous year question papers. In the module 1, title is Introduction to OR. You may get a question like define operational research. It's a scientific method of decision making using mathematical models for complex problems. That is the definition of OR, operational research. What are the scopes and application? Production and scheduling, transportation and inventory, finance and HR decision. You may have to elaborate, depends on the marks. What are the phases of operational research? Problem definition and mathematical modeling, data analysis, then solution, then testing and implementation. These are the different phases of operational research. What are the models of operational research? First one is physical model. Okay, it is called a miniature model. Other one is mathematical model. It is equation based. Last one is known as simulation model. It is trial and error, computer based. Last question is actually what are the drawbacks of operational research? Limitations. Need accurate data. Then assumptions may be unrealistic. Time and cost may be involved. It may not consider the physical parameters. These are the major drawback. Coming to the unit number 2, it is linear programming problem, LPP. What is LPP? It is a optimization technique to maximize the profit and minimize the cost under different constraints. So what do you mean by graphical method of LPP? So formulate the objective functions and constraints, later plot the constraints and find the feasible regions, and test the objective function at the corner point and find like a best point. You have to identify the best point. That is known as optimal solution. These are the different steps involved in the graphical method. Define feasible region. Common area satisfying all the constraint is known as feasible region. Question number 8, define optimal solution. Corner point that gives the best value of the objective function, that is called the optimal solution. So these kind of problems also very important. You can see the maximize z equal to 3x plus 2y and x plus y that is less than or is equal to 4, x greater than 0, y greater than 0. So you have to identify the corner point, then identify the set max. Okay, this problem usually repeats in the university examination. Moving on to module 3, it is decision theory and job sequencing. So what do you mean by decision rule? Maximum to minimum rule. Choose the best among the worst playoff. Minimum to maximum. Choose the least maximum losses. Expected value. That is a summation of probability and payoff. What is Johnson rule? N job and 2 machines. Steps. Find the job with the least time. Next one is one machine that is equal to scheduling the first time. Second one is on machine 2 that is scheduled at last. This algorithm you have to remember. Repeat until all the jobs are placed. This rule is known as Johnson's rule. The fourth unit is actually TP, transportation problem. Define transportation problem. Allocate goods from the sources to destination at a minimum cost. That is actually called a transportation problem. That is a basic definition. Initial solution method, IBFS. There are different methods. One is NWCR, top left, move sequentially. Other one is called LCM method, pick least cost cell. Third one is called VAM method, compute row, bar, column, penalty, like a difference of two cells smallest. Other one is called MODI method. It is also known as optimality test. U plus V, that is equal to cost for allocated cell. The formula delta is equal to Cij minus Ui plus Vj for all delta greater than or is equal to 0. That is called optimal solution. That is known as optimality test. This is also known as MODI method. So there are special cases, unbalanced condition, maximization condition, degeneracy condition. You please remember these particular cases. You may get a theory type questions or numerical questions. For 50 unit is actually game theory and assignment problem. What is game theory? Technique to analyze the competitive strategy, that is called game theory. The saddle point is also very important. Point where the maximum, minimum, that is equal to minimum to maximum. It's a pure strategic solution. That is called a saddle point. Mixed strategy, the formula you have to remember. Okay, so these are the important question. Other one is assignment problem. What is assignment problem? Allocate the job machines at the minimum cost. That is called the assignment problem. One of the important method is known as Hungarian method. Subtract row minimum, column minimum. Cover all the zeros with the minimum lines. If lines less than order, then you have to adjust it. Make the assignments. Maximization will be converting by subtracting from the highest element. That is called maximization. I request you to remember these important points for your examination. Then what is TSP? Traveling salesman problem. It's a special type of assignment problem. It is under closed loop. Visit all cities, return to the static. That is called the traveling salesman problem. So other important question is what is CPM? Critical path method. Longest path in the network. That is called a project duration. It identifies the bottleneck. Float is nothing but total float is equal to LFT minus EFT. Free float is nothing but EST minus EFT. EST is nothing but next. EFT is nothing but current. What is project evaluation, program evaluation, or project evaluation review technique? It is used when activity time under the uncertain condition. So there is a one formula to calculate the expected time. T is equal to sigma plus 4m plus P. Oh, 4m plus P divided by 6. Okay. Variance equal to sigma square, that is equal to P minus O divided by the 6 the whole square. Probability set is equal to target minus expected time divided by square root of variance square. Summation of variance square. So this problem is very like evergreen questions you have to remember. So ultimately, you have to attempt the problem first because 60% of the mark is belong to problem. Always write the formula along with the steps so that you will be getting the partial marks. Partial credit will be given. Draw and need tables and diagram for the transportation problem, assignment problem, critical path method, then program or project evaluation review technique. Then question number 8, short notes, prepare the scope of ORC, like a CPM versus PERT, difference between CPM and PERT, assignment versus traveling salesman problem, job sequencing rule. These things you have to remember. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you need the similar kind of video, please subscribe our channel. Also like this video. Kindly share the video with the stakeholder, those who are preparing for the operation research subject. Also give the comments for the betterment. We'll do our best. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all the very best and happy learning. So kindly go through these important questions. At least there are how many questions? There are 20 questions are there. It is out of 20, I feel that 15 will be repeated. I feel so. So kindly go through it and clear the subject. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy learning. Have a great day. Thank you all.